Tonight, the air in San Francisco is heavy. Not with fog, but with silence. A silence so loud it echoes through Chase Center, bounces off the banners of championships past, and lands squarely on the shoulders of a team that once ruled the NBA with brilliance, joy, and undeniable swagger. The Golden State Warriors have officially missed the playoffs. Let that sink in. This is the same franchise that made basketball beautiful. The team that turned ball movement into art and long-range shooting into religion. A dynasty that once made grown men across the league tremble with a single glance from Steph Curry. And now, they're staring down a must-win game in the play-in tournament, their season hanging by the thinnest of threads. Their fall came at the hands of the Los Angeles Clippers. In an overtime thriller, the Warriors battled but ultimately fell 124-119. A game filled with grit, clutch shots, and painful reminders that effort alone doesn't always yield victory. Steph Curry did what Steph Curry always does: he danced, he dazzled, and he delivered with 36 points, burying threes that made the crowd leap to their feet and hold their breath all at once. Jimmy Butler, the veteran with fire in his eyes and scars on his knees, came through with 30 gritty points of his own. He was aggressive. He was efficient. He was everything this team needed him to be. But across the court stood Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, two stars with their own legacy to protect. Kawhi, ever the silent assassin, dropped 28 cold, calculated points. Harden, looking more like the MVP of old than a fading veteran, dished out 13 assists to go with his 24 points, orchestrating the Clippers' offense like a master conductor. They didn't just play, they imposed their will. They closed the game when it mattered most. And when the dust settled, it was the Warriors walking off the court with their heads low and their backs against the wall. But the real villain of the night? The glass. The Warriors were mauled on the boards. Ivica Zubac controlled the paint like a man possessed, pulling down 17 rebounds and punishing Golden State for every missed box out. The Clippers out-rebounded the Warriors 47-35. The second chance points told the story in painful detail, 14-6 in favor of LA. Every missed rebound felt like a gut punch. Every second chance bucket felt like a door closing. And yet, this isn't the end. Not yet. The Warriors still have a heartbeat. A flicker of hope. But it all comes down to Tuesday night. A do-or-die clash with the Memphis Grizzlies in the play-in tournament. Win, and they move on. Lose, and the season is over. Just like that. The Warriors have a dark history with the play-in. They've never won one. They're 0-3 in these high-pressure, win-or-go-home matchups. And this one may be their toughest yet. Memphis is fast, physical, and fearless. They're top 6 in offensive efficiency, top 11 in defense, and they lead the entire league in pace. They don't wait for you to catch up, they run right past you and leave you gasping for air. On paper, the Warriors are favored by 6 points. But games aren't played on paper. They're fought in the paint. They're decided in transition. They're earned possession by possession, rebound by rebound, hustle play by hustle play. And Golden State knows better than anyone that the margin for error in these games is microscopic. And there's another wrinkle to the drama. Head coach Steve Kerr, known for his steady hand and championship pedigree, has hinted at a 9-man rotation for Tuesday's game. But noticeably absent from that plan? Jonathan Kuminga. Once heralded as the next rising star in the Bay, Kuminga has struggled since returning from injury. His inefficiency, poor floor spacing, and decision-making lapses have cost him valuable minutes. And in a win-or-go-home situation, trust is everything. Right now, Kerr doesn't seem to trust him. And that raises bigger questions, not just about Tuesday night, but about Kuminga's future with this franchise. But while Kuminga sits, one man stands taller than ever. Stephen Curry. The weight of the season, the legacy, the hopes of Dub Nation, all of it rests on his shoulders. He's done it before. He dropped 52 points against Memphis earlier this season, a performance that looked like it was ripped straight from his MVP highlight reel. He will need to find that gear again. Maybe even twice. Because this isn't just about getting to the playoffs, it's about surviving every second. And to do that, Curry might have to go nuclear. But Steph can't do it alone. That's where Jimmy Butler comes in. A late addition to the Warriors this season, Butler has brought toughness, leadership, and big-time shot-making to this aging roster. His 30 points against the Clippers were no fluke. He bullied his way to the rim, knocked down contested jumpers, and played defense like it was a Game 7. But there's concern. Midway through the fourth quarter, Butler banged knees with Kawhi Leonard. It was a loud, awkward collision, and though Butler stayed in the game, he didn't move the same afterward. He's officially listed as questionable, but if you know Jimmy, you know one thing: if he can walk, he'll play. And if he plays, he'll give every ounce of himself. That's the kind of warrior spirit this team desperately needs right now. The rest of the roster must follow suit. Draymond Green has to be the heartbeat. Klay Thompson, though inconsistent this season, has to rediscover his rhythm from deep. Andrew Wiggins needs to attack the rim, rebound, and defend like his career depends on it, because it just might. Above all, Golden State has to fix the little things. They must crash the offensive glass. They must rotate with urgency. They must get back in transition, communicate, and contest shots like their legacy is on the line, because it is. Turnovers have to be minimized. Every possession has to be treated like gold. Memphis thrives in chaos. Golden State must bring order. Because this is more than a basketball game. This is about the soul of a franchise. This is about the twilight of a dynasty. About veterans who bled for banners, now standing at the edge of the unknown. About Steph, Draymond, Klay, warriors in every sense of the word, who may be staring down their final run together. The front office will have decisions to make after this season. Big ones. If Tuesday night ends in a loss, that decision might come sooner than expected. Trades. Free agency shakeups. Retirements. The core that built an empire may be dissolved in the name of a rebuild. But a win changes everything. A win keeps the door open. A win lets the fairy tale stretch a little longer. A win reminds the world that you never, ever count out champions. And that's why Tuesday night matters so much. This is not just another game on the schedule. This is history in motion. A high-stakes battle between the past and the future. Between a team that knows how to win, and one that's desperate to prove they still can. For the fans, this is the time to rise. Dub Nation, you've ridden the highs, celebrated the titles, and stood tall during the darkest nights. Now, your team needs you more than ever. If you're watching from home, scream louder. If you're lucky enough to be in Chase Center, make that building shake. Be the sixth man. Be the fuel that reignites this fire. And hey, if you want to join the fun and test your predictions, check out Prize Picks, our official fantasy platform partner. Build your lineup. Maybe you believe Steph goes for 40 or Jimmy grabs 10 rebounds. Now's your chance to get in on the action. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. We want to hear your thoughts, your predictions, your memories of this dynasty. Share your energy. The Warriors need every ounce of belief we've got. Because when it's all said and done, legacies aren't just defined by rings. They're defined by resilience. By how you respond when the world thinks you're finished. And make no mistake, the world is watching. Waiting to see if Golden State fades quietly into the night, or if they roar back one more time. So here we are. Tuesday night. Warriors vs Grizzlies. A legacy on the line. A dynasty in the balance. We've seen this team do the impossible before. Now let's see if they can do it again. Let's go, Warriors! And here's the key takeaway from the channel: delve into financial education to enhance your quality of life. Within the financial market, explore bonds and shares, particularly focusing on real estate investment trusts, which offer the potential for passive income. Engage with this responsibly and consider reputable investment brokerages worldwide.